Hi guys, it's Jess. Here today. We're going to do our first Pilates class together. So we're going to go over all the basics. I'm really excited, so let's get started. So you're going to start by laying on your back. So you're going to come down to the mat. Make sure that your feet are about hips distance apart here. You want to make sure that your hands are flat on the mat, shoulders are rolled down and back, and then your gaze is just straight up at the ceiling. So we're going to start with breathing. If you've ever taken Pilates before, you know that breathing is a huge component of it. So I'm going to get you to start by placing your hands on the sides of your ribs, and then you're just going to take a nice big inhale and feel the sides of your ribs expand, and then exhale, you're going to feel them come together. So inhale, you're going to feel the sides of the ribs expanding, and exhale, you're going to feel those ribs come together. So we'll do one more breath like that. Inhaling, the sides of the ribs are expanding. Exhale. This time you're going to draw your belly button in towards your spine. So let's try that again. Inhaling, and then exhale, draw that belly button in, and you're just flattening out your belly here. Again, you're going to inhale, and then exhale, draw that belly button in. Next, we're going to talk about your pelvic placement, because that's another big part of Pilates. So we're going to start by just rolling our hips towards ourselves here. So you see how if you place your hands on your hip bones here, think about if you had like a wine glass or something on your hand, you'd roll your back so it's flat on the mat, and that wine glass is going to tip towards you. Then you're going to inhale and tip that wine glass away from you, creating some space between your lower back. Good. And exhale to press down. Don't squeeze your bum here. It's just going to be a little more ab engagement. And then inhale to tilt the pelvis away. We'll do that a couple more times. So exhale, you're going to press your lower back down. Inhale, you're going to roll the hips away from you, arching your back up. One more time, you're going to exhale, pressing down. Inhale, arching up. And then you're going to come somewhere in between those two places. So you're going to have a little bit of space between your lower back. Your sit bones and your pelvis are going to be heavy on the mat. Your upper back, shoulders are going to be heavy on the mat. From here, I want you to pull that belly button in just to about 30%. So you don't want to actually be contracting 100% because you're not going to be able to maintain that for the whole class. So you just want to contract about 30%, gently drawing the core or the belly button up and in. And then we're going to bring our hands up towards the ceiling here. So in this position, I want you to bring your shoulders away from your ears, drawing that belly button in. You're just going to exhale, bringing the arm back behind your head. One arm's going to reach for your toes. And then inhale back to center, exhale other direction. Inhaling to center, exhaling back to the other direction. So you'll keep doing this using your breath pattern here. And what I want you to think about is your shoulder blades staying on your back and your shoulders away from your ears. You also want to think about your ribs here. So as this arm goes back behind your head, you don't want to be popping your ribs up like this. You want to make sure they stay nice and drawn in. So we'll go back and forth here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. You're going to open the arms out to the side, and then exhale. You're going to give yourself a nice big hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, close, and then bring the arms up towards the ceiling, drawing those shoulders back. You're going to engage your core, and you're going to exhale and lift your right leg up for tabletop, and then inhale, slowly place that foot down. Exhale, lift the left leg up, and then inhale, slowly place that leg down. So you're going to go back and forth here. Exhaling to lift the leg, inhaling to lower. And as you do this, I want you to think about your hips staying nice and level. If you want to put your hands on your hips, you can. You're making sure that you're not flip-flopping back and forth. Everything should stay very level. Core should stay engaged the whole time. So hands up here for a little harder. If you find this too challenging, you can always bring your hands down. Okay, let's hold this right leg up this time. And from here, you're just going to take that right leg out to the side and then exhale back to center. Inhale, drop the knee. Exhale, bring it back to center. As you do this, you're not letting that opposite hip roll off the mat. You're not letting this knee fall out to the side. You're just letting that right knee fall out. And then when you're ready, you can add the opposite arm falling out to the side. And exhaling, coming together. Inhale, the knee's gonna go to the side. Exhale, you're gonna draw everything back to center. Inhale and exhale. Here you're really feeling the sides of your ribs working. And we're just gently using our abs here. Nothing crazy yet. We'll get into the hard stuff in a bit. Good, we'll do 2 more here. Nice, and then last one, coming back to center. You're gonna hold here and just see if you can reach that leg forwards on a 45-degree angle and then bring it back to center. You're gonna exhale, reach the leg. Inhale, come back to center. You're gonna do that a few more times. If you feel like your lower back is lifting off the ground, just lift your foot a little bit higher because you don't want to be going down too low that your lower back lifts. And when you're ready, you can add that opposite arm reaching back behind you and then coming back to center. So this is a little more advanced. If you don't want to add the arm, you don't have to yet. You're going to do 4, 3, core is engaged here, 2, ribs are drawn in, and then the last one. Good. Come in, place the leg down. You're going to go right away. Exhale, lift the left leg. We're going to start by dropping that leg out to the side, the knee out to the side, and then coming back to center. So you're kind of thinking about rotating through the hip here. You're inhaling and then exhale, draw it back in. So the hips shouldn't really be rotating, the hip bones shouldn't be rotating. They should be pointed towards the ceiling. Just the knee or the leg is kind of rotating in the socket. Good, and then let's add that opposite arm out to the side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, exhale. Think about the sides of your waist really working here to draw the leg in, draw the arm in. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and then last one. Nice, and from here you're gonna reach that leg straight, bring it right back in. Exhale, reach, inhale, back in. Nice, and again, you wanna make sure that your lower back doesn't lift up off the mat. Let's add the opposite arm in when you're ready. This time you're gonna inhale to reach away, exhale to come back to center. Inhale, reach, exhale, center. Good, you're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Come back to center, place the leg down. You can bring the arms down if you want. Tick-tock your legs from side to side. So that was kind of a warm-up. Now we're gonna get into a little bit more of an intense Pilates. I just love that stuff because it's great for stability, kind of gets your core turned on. So we're gonna start by interlacing our fingers here. You're gonna place them behind the back of your head. So you wanna make sure they're kind of cradling your head here, so they're right at the back or the nape of your neck. You wanna make sure that your head is heavy in your hands, so you're not using your neck to lift up. You're gonna tilt your chin forwards, and then we're just gonna exhale, coming up to an ab curl. So tips of the shoulder blades are still on the mat, and then you're coming down on the inhale. Elbows are wide. Exhale, coming up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Draw that belly button in. Inhale down. So we're gonna do a few like this, just coming up and down here. So we'll do about 8 more like this for 8. And still breathing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one, you're gonna hold it up here. And now I'm gonna get you to walk your feet so they're close together. And then you're just gonna open and close those knees. So keep your head heavy in your hands here. Stay up as high as you can with the shoulder blade still on the mat. And then opening and closing those knees. You shouldn't be letting your hips roll side to side here. Just the knees should be moving. You're gonna do 3 more like this for 3, 2, don't know what that was, and 1. You're gonna hold the knees open, and then we're gonna do little pulses here. So you're really folding at those lower ribs here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, bring the knees back together. You're gonna separate your feet again, and then we're just gonna rotate to the right Come back through center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Staying wide with those elbows. It's starting to get a bit tough. So if you need to come down, you can. So we're just going to go back and forth a couple more times here. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one, you're going to hold it here. And you guys are going to pulse it here. So we're going to do little pulses here for 8, 7. Think about bringing that opposite rib to hip bone here and shrinking that space for 3, 2, 1. And right away to the other side. You're going to rotate and pulse here for 8, 7, 6. I'm smiling, but this is not fun. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center, and then you can unfold the spine. Take a little stretch side to side with the knees. You can reach your hands back behind you if you want to stretch a little more here. Okay, so that was a really good introduction to ab curls. The next exercise we're going to do is our glute bridge. So it's this one, same position, but you're going to bring your heels a little bit closer towards your bum. Keep your hands down on the mat here. Shoulders are away from the ears. We're going to start by doing those pelvic tilts again. So we inhale to arch the back, exhale to flatten the back, rounding the back into the mat. Inhale to arch, exhale to press down. And again, with this one, you guys are not contracting the glutes yet. You're just pressing down using your core a little bit more. And then we'll do one more inhale. And then this time you're going to exhale. You're going to hold your back pressed down. You're going to have your abs engaged, belly button drawn in. You're going to squeeze your bum this time. Press into your hands, press into your heels, and you're going to slowly peel yourself all the way up into a glute bridge. So hips are in line with the ribs. You're going to take an inhale, again, inhaling through the sides of the ribs, and then exhale, you're going to slowly peel down, bone by bone by bone, tailbone touches last. Inhale, arch the back, exhale, press down, squeeze the bum, press into the heels, and slowly roll up. Take a second here at the top to make sure that you look even, bum's engaged, abs are engaged, hips are even. And then you're going to exhale and slowly roll all the way down, bone by bone. Good. We'll go through a couple more like that. Same principles here. As you come up, think about reaching those knees towards the window or towards whatever you're facing in the opposite direction. And then slowly coming all the way down. Good. Take a breath at the bottom and press again. So really press into those heels. If you find you're getting too much hamstring activation, just bring those heels in a little closer here and then slowly coming down. Good. If this feels too easy for you guys, you can always put your hands up. That's a really good modification to make it a little more challenging. So we'll go through a couple more, just coming up on the exhale now and then dropping down on the inhale. Exhale, press up. Inhale, come down. Good. We'll do about 2 more. Exhale up, inhale down. Last one, you're going to hold it up this time. So holding, making sure hips are in line with ribs and you're not up too high or not sagging down too low. And then we're just going to make sure that our feet are level here and we're going to open and close the knees. So you can have your hands on your bum, on your hips. They can be up towards the ceiling, whatever you prefer. You're opening and closing the knees. And you're really getting a little bit of inner thigh work here with outer thigh and bum. So we'll do this for about a half hour. Just kidding. We're going to do 10 more here for 10, 9, 8, still breathing here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the hips open. You're just going to drop them down an inch and then lift them up an inch and then drop them down an inch and lift them up. So as you drop down, you're lifting and squeezing here. Good. So you want to feel inner thighs working here. Make sure you're breathing. You're exhaling as you lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Zip those legs back together. Squeezing your bum, you're going to reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, arms behind your head. You're going to slowly roll your bum all the way down to mat. You can give yourself a nice little hug if you want to, but we're not quite done with the Glute Bridge series yet. So we're gonna go through that one more time. A little different this time. So we'll start in the same position, heels in line with your bum. You're gonna tuck your tailbone, squeeze your bum, lift your hips up. Again, make sure that you're in line here with your hips and ribs. Now you're gonna walk your feet together. Oh my God. And you're just gonna open and close those knees again. So same action, a little more intense on the inner thighs. Whew. The beginning of this workout, you probably thought it was gonna be a bit easy, but not anymore. Okay, we're gonna do 10 more like this. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them open. And last thing here, you're gonna do 10 lifts up and down. So you're dropping the hips an inch and then lifting them an inch. Make sure to exhale here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Zip the legs together. You're gonna walk your feet back out. Hands are up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, come all the way down with the arms and then the tailbone touching last. So I'm gonna get you guys to give yourself a hug here, bringing your knees in towards your chest. If you wanna bring your forehead towards your knees, you can. Good, and then let's bring the legs out straight. You're gonna reach your hands back behind you. So we're gonna do roll-ups next, which are kind of nice and fun. These are really good for spine mobility. So you're gonna inhale, get nice and long, reach your feet towards, or reach your feet away from you, your hands away from you. And then you're gonna flex your feet, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. You're gonna nod your chin and exhale, you're gonna peel yourself all the way up to sit tall. And then reaching towards your feet. Get a nice good hamstring stretch after all that hamstring work you just did. And then we're gonna slowly roll back. So pointing the toes, you're gonna bring that belly button in and slowly roll down one bone at a time. Again, reaching on the inhale, exhale to flex the feet, nod the chin, hands come up and roll all the way up to sit tall. Reaching past your toes here. Getting a nice stretch through the back of the legs, back body, and then slowly, again, coming down one bone at a time. Okay, last one we're gonna do like this. You're gonna flex your feet, hands up, chins tucked, draw that belly button in to come all the way up, and then reaching for those toes. And then you're gonna come up to sit tall here. So from this position here, we're going to do a couple roll backs. So you have a few options. You can keep your legs straight. If you find it's getting too much, like too tight on your hip flexors, you can always bend your knees. If it's really hard, you can always come into a cross-legged position. I'm gonna go legs straight for this one. You're gonna point your toes. You're gonna hollow your belly. So you wanna draw your belly button in. For those of you who have any kind of back problems, more so like disc herniations, just keep your back flat for this one. Okay, so we're gonna tuck that tailbone. You're gonna think about rolling to the kind of back of your tailbone here, drawing the belly button in. Arms are gonna come out in front of you. Draw those shoulders back, draw the chin in, and we're just gonna lean about, maybe about halfway back, halfway to the floor here. And then from this position here, all we're gonna do is just reach one arm forward, opposite arm back behind us. Kind of like a bow and arrow type action. So you're gonna twist, follow your gaze with the hand that to the arm is bending, and you're really rotating through the ribs here. Your hips are staying pointed forwards as you exhale and rotate back and forth. You're gonna rotate for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up, take a little breather. You can sit it out. And we're gonna go back again. All right, so let's draw that belly button in, roll to the base of your tailbone. This time, we're gonna draw that arm back and we're just gonna hang out here for a second and just do little pulses here for 8, 7, so you're twisting through the ribs here, 5, so reaching with the opposite arm, 2, and 1. Right away, you're gonna switch to the other side, so you're twisting here. So really rotate through those ribs, little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, oh my God, 1. Hold the arms up. You're gonna lift them up towards the ceiling and then slowly roll all the way back down. Good, and take a nice big stretch. Whew. Okay, so you're gonna roll onto your side, making sure that you place one hand underneath your head, or you can come down and lay right on your bicep, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Make sure that your hip is in line with your feet or your heels. Your knees will be bent in front. You can have one hand on your hip bone, or the other hand out in front of you here to stabilize. Belly button's drawn in, draw those ribs in as well. You want to make sure that your hips are rolled forward. Keep the heels glued here. You're just going to open and close those knees. So heels are together. Maybe press your heels together a little bit so you can get a little more contraction of that side bum muscle that you're working. So exhaling to open, inhaling to close. Again, you don't want to be rolling your hips back and forth like this. You really just want to open and close and not moving too much through the hips. So hip bones are stacked here. You want to stay nice and long through the neck. So we'll do about 5 more like this, just getting that muscle warmed up here. For 3, 2, 1. And then let's lift the whole leg. You're going to straighten it here. Bring the leg back behind you a little bit, and we're just going to lift and lower. So you want to feel the side bum muscle working as you lift and lower. Think about reaching that leg long away from you, getting nice and long through the side of the waist. You want to be crunching too much on that side. So you're going to lift and lower here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up here. You're going to draw little circles forwards for me here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if that didn't feel awesome enough, you're going to do little pulses up towards the ceiling here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep reaching that leg long. 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way down. Should feel that side bum working a lot here. Oops. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. So coming on to our other side. Same setup over here. So you're going to make sure that your head is rested in your hand and that your heels are glued together. Hips are stacked, one hand in front or on the hip. So if you do put it on the hip here, you can start opening and closing the knee. You just want to make sure that you're feeling that it's not rolling back. So this bottom leg's going to feel anchored here. You're going to feel the side of your bum working, so behind that hip bone. You shouldn't feel anything in the front of your hip. If you do, just kind of rearrange your legs. And then make sure your head's in line with your hips too, so that you're not, so that you're in a straight line essentially. So we'll do a couple more like this. You should start to feel that muscle working already. This is a great way to warm it up and wake it up. And let's do 2 more here. Exhaling to lift. And then let's lift the whole leg up. You're gonna straighten that leg and maybe bring it back behind you a little bit. And we're just gonna lift and lower here. Inhale, exhale. Good, inhaling and exhaling to lift. Again, belly button's drawn in. You're nice and long through the leg from the top of your head, not cinching too much in the side of the waist. Good, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. You're going to draw circles forwards here. Nice and smoothly, hopefully. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the direction for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. You're going to do little pulses up towards the ceiling here. So really feeling that side bum working. You're going to do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and then bring it down. Perfect. Let's roll onto our belly. We'll just do a little bit of work here, warming up the upper back. So legs are wide, hands are going to be down by your shoulders, nose is going to be pointed towards the mat. You want to squeeze your bum, draw your belly button in, and then you're just going to exhale coming up. Keep your lower ribs on the mat. Your nose should still be pointed down towards the mat. And then inhale, lower. Good. Exhale, coming up. Inhaling to come down. As you exhale, think about drawing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, come down. Exhale to come up. Inhale, down. And now if you're ready, you can exhale, lift those arms, hovering. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, down. Exhale, up and lift and squeeze. Inhale, down. And now this time you're going to hold it up here. You can stay here if this feels hard for you, or you can think about reaching your arms forward and then exhaling, coming back together, drawing those elbows together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze elbows together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. And then coming all the way down. So you're going to press back into your child's pose position here. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Then you're going to come onto all fours. Here we're going to finish off with a hard one here. So you're going to place your hands right underneath the shoulder blades. Knees are right underneath your hips. Toes are tucked under. You're going to exhale, lift and hover those knees. Take an inhale and then exhale, come down. We're going to do that 2 more times. You're going to exhale, lift, draw that belly button up and in, and then slowly come down. Let's do that again. Exhale, lift, hovering those knees, and then let's hold it here. So we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Last one, you're going to press back into your downward facing dog here. And then let's just walk it out, bending one knee and then the other knee before we decide to stand up. We'll just take another stretch here. Let's even out those heels. Press into your hands here. Take a nice deep breath in. You're going to flow forwards into a plank. We're only going to be here for a second. I just want to help you set it up. Pressing into those hands. You're drawing that belly button and those ribs up and in. You're thinking about activating every muscle in your body here to help you. You're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Press it back into that downward facing dog. Shake out your head a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in. Then you're going to walk your feet towards your hands to stand. So we're going to come into this forward fold here. Just relax. Knees can have a little bit of a bend in them. If that feels good, you can grab onto the backs of your legs if you want to. And then you're going to slightly bend your knees, and we're going to slowly roll ourselves up, ragdolling ourselves all the way up. To stand tall, you're going to take a nice stretch up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, exhale, bring the arms down, roll the shoulders back, and you guys are all finished. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.